But I suddenly lose control. There's a fire within my soul. Just one look and I forget everything. Just one look and I can hear a bell ring. Oh, 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 Mamma Mia. It's a game we play. Why, why? Well, I was digging around the old boxes and I found another cartoon. This one I drew a while back. Give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a life. Teach a fish to eat that man, you'll make a bundle off your new aquatic show. Oh, Blackfish. There's a documentary called Blackfish. I don't know if any of you saw that, where they just exposed the whole underbelly, the fish underbelly of the Disney fish industry. I was looking through some of my cards here and I was thinking, this one reminded me, if a city's name described the city, exactly like if that city was what the name described it to be, then I reckon one of the worst places to live would be Pittsburgh. It'd be like a big iceberg of armpits. Or Liverpool. Because you'd be in a big pool of liver in that whole city. It would just be like... That's what it would be like walking through the streets of Liverpool. Liverpool, that's not it, that's Scottish. But I can't think of Oh How John Lennon talked. You know, if you think about it, and I've thought about this because I wrote it down, a creaking floor is actually just saying, you're too heavy. Ouch. A wooden floor that's creaking. Okay, all right. I can't actually hear your laughter, your belly laughter to encourage me, so I press on, right? That's why I'm courageous. I was a life coach for a number of years, very successful one too, if I might add that. And I used to have to make a list. If I wanted to, I learned this trick, helping people, get themselves motivated. If there was an idea that came to me, if someone gave it to me, or if one of my mentors gave it to me, I made a list of things called things I refuse to effing do, right? And that's what I would put that on. Because just to get it out of my pen, I'm so rebellious sometimes, at least I was back then, that I had to put that at the top. So I pass that along to you. If you're getting some advice or you want to take a note on something you know you need to do, just make the list. Things I refuse to ever effing do. The acronym would be TIRED, roughly. Things I refuse to ever do, or things I refuse to effing do. I know there's an extra T in there, but that would spell turted, and it's not as neat in the world of the acronym. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to talk about race stuff again, but I don't want to offend people. Really what it is, I don't want people to see what I've been through. I used to always be afraid of, like, when I first came to the city, I'd be afraid of, like, groups of ethnic people, because my experience was that whether they were male or female, certain inner city people always seemed to be talking about the same thing, and it was a recent fight that they had had. Man, it was like a fist fight. So I told that dude, man, I was like, boom, 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 boom. You see him like in front of like Dwayne Reed, standing out there talking about a fight they recently had and telling it to the poor friend of theirs that's standing by. Okay, so I'm coming up on a minute. I made a vow with myself that in the last minute I would promote my show. I have 2 shows coming up. The Only Brown Kid in the Trailer Park. That's the show. But it's coming up on Friday, August the 28th at the People's Improv Theater in New York City at 9:30 p.m. And then Sunday at 7 p.m. at Proctor's Theater in Schenectady. So go online, buy your tickets, come see the shows. We're going to have a lot of fun. The Only Brown Kid in the Trailer Park is about my journey from being the only brown kid in my trailer park in Edgewood, Maryland, up through my experiences, on The Tonight Show and the life that I have today, which is very different than the life that I had back then. So I'll finish with the song that I started with for no real particular reason. I'm just trying to find the form here for when I sell this show for $1 billion. to a network. I've been cheated by you since I don't know when. Flum flum flim flum flum florn. Flum flum flee flum flum flum. So I've made up my mind.